a party over here. I'm pumping myself up, man. You gotta pump yourself up. No one's gonna pump you up. You gotta pump yourself up. You gotta be your own hero. You gotta be your own cheerleader. You gotta be all the things for yourself. You gotta be your mama. You gotta be your dad. You gotta be the one that saves you. You know what I'm saying? What up, collective? It's me, Patience, your favorite psychic medium, here bringing you the messages that you need to hear. We're your hosts of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness. And we do that with the Guild of the Golden Triangle. And we're here with the Guild as well, bringing these messages forward. They're teaching me how to honor my psychic gift from childhood. Albert, Spirit said. Albert and Evelyn, they just said. They said that before I got on here. And we're doing another collective detective psychic development read. I love them. I wish I could do them all day long, but they actually do take energy to do. So I got to make sure I don't burn myself out, because I don't want to mess up my vessel. So Spirit tells me to, take good breaks in between, clear the field, pray, talk to God, say you love yourself. I danced a little. I had a salad. I'm doing good. So we got Anthony, Night Vision, and Not So. And there's also Bar Room on there, which I thought. I didn't put it in the thing, but it was on there.
Overdose.
Oh, Spirit just said overdose. What's going on? All right, well, we have a song, so let me play the song, or let me read it. I can't play it, but let me read it. Let's get some clues, okay? We got to get the clues. Oh, what did you say? Uncertain. Yeah, we're uncertain right now. Okay. So I press shuffle, random. It's called Deep in Your Love by Alok and Bebe Riha. Bebe Riha.
Losing track, 'cause we blurred these lines we already crossed.
Okay. Holding back because we're holding tension when we touch. Losing track because we blurred these lines we already crossed. Because we're holding tension when we touch. Because we blurred these lines we already crossed. So 2 people, or it doesn't have to be 2 people, it could be more than 2, but there could be a couple people that have crossed a line, or maybe did something while they're holding back. There may have been tension, losing track. They lose track with each other. So they must be some kind of forbidden love, or something that they're not supposed to do, because we blurred these lines we already crossed. And I don't want to feel like this tomorrow. Hiding our emotions in the shadows. The shadows. Oh, something about having emotions in dark places, or having dark shadows on their emotions. So a couple people who probably aren't processing emotions, probably it's making their shadows bigger. They probably trauma bonded. Let me deepen your love. Deep in your love. Deep in your love. Free your mind. When I taste your thoughts, it's a remedy. When I taste your thoughts. That's a weird way to say that. When I taste your thoughts, it's a remedy. Ocean eyes. So someone with blue eyes, how they pull me into your gravity. Hey, that's my rap name. Gravity. Just want to wake up with you tomorrow. Whatever it takes to leave the shallows. So someone's living a very shallow, superficial life, but they may have met somebody that makes them want to go deeper, or maybe they're think it's deeper, but it's really not. It could go either way. We'll see. Wrap your heart around me. Wrap your heart around me. So someone who wants to go deeper, but may not have the capability to. They may be shallow because they're hiding emotions in the shadows. You can't really go too deep if your pool is filled with shadows. You'll just, it's occupying your energy pool. So you can only go so deep if you're not processing your shadows. Okay, I got you. I got you. All right. And then let's read the Bible. And I got a meme. So I opened it to Deuteronomy, and excuse me. And I looked at final appeal. When Moses had finished speaking, oh wait, let me read the meme. Hits blunt. Why do our noses run and our feet smell? So someone's on the run who could possibly be very malodorous, who does drugs. Okay. When Moses had finished speaking all the words to Israel, he said to them, "Take to heart all the words that I am giving in witness against you today. Words you should command your children, that they may observe carefully every word of this law. For this is no trivial matter for you, but rather your very life. By this word you will enjoy a long life on the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess." On that very day, the Lord said to Moses, "Ascend this mountain of Abiram, Mount Nebo in the land of Moab, facing Jericho, and view the land which I'm giving to the Israelites as a possession." So something was given to them. Something was given to them to view the land, and we have night vision in the title. To go on some kind of mountain to view them? Then you shall die on the mountain you are about to ascend, and shall be gathered to your people, just as your brother died on Mount Hor. And there was gathered his people, because both of you broke faith with me among the Israelites. Respites. What's respites mean? Let me see. What's respites mean? Respites? A short period of rest or relief from something difficult or unpleasant. Ground. Okay, ground. So this person was given something to view the land. They may have been watching somebody on a mountain, maybe spying on someone. Both of you broke faith with me among the Israelites at the waters in the wilderness of Zin. You did not manifest my holiness among the Israelites. You may indeed see the land from a distance. Okay, so this person was told to do something that they didn't end up doing. And because they didn't do it, something didn't happen, or someone could have possibly died. You may indeed see the land from a distance, but you shall not enter the land that I am giving. Maybe they did enter the land when they weren't supposed to. I don't know what the land is exactly. Maybe it's a person. Maybe they entered a person, if you know what I mean. Then you shall die on the mountain you are about to ascend. They took up some kind of action, or oh, I'm so sorry. Jeez. This person's very tired. They are very dry. Because both of you broke faith. So two people were given something and they're supposed to do something with it, but they may have done what they weren't supposed to do. And because of that, They didn't manifest God. They weren't for God. Something they did against God or a person of God. You may indeed see the land from a distance, but you shall not enter it. So because of whatever they did, they did something to someone they shouldn't have done. 11, okay. They did something to someone they shouldn't have done and against someone of God, but I don't know what yet. And it was a mountain for them to climb. It was supposed to get them to reach holiness, but instead they did something else. And they went farther away from holy drowned. They went farther away from holiness. They went through the wilderness and they didn't manifest what they were supposed to manifest. Huh. Okay. All right. Let's see. So I opened my focus book. Hey, Zahara. Hi. When you're still hungover from last night and someone offers you a shot of tequila. Okay, so this person's, maybe that's why I feel so tired when I'm reading this energy. Here, let me move it. Because this is not my energy. Woo! Spirit, please take any energy that's not my own. Please amplify my energy field to make me impenetrable from this energy. Woo! They feel dry and tired. So this says they were trusted based on a small expectation that had limited potential. Okay. God gave them a baby at the ripe age of 90. So God gave them a task. Gave a group of people a task that was supposed to make them ripe at the age of 90 or something about, maybe 90%. Maybe whatever the task was supposed to get them to 90% of juicy godness. But he delivered Jonah from the mouth of the whale and protected Daniel in the lion's den. He gave Esther the courage to save an entire people. He performed miracle after miracle after miracle. If we truly believe in that same God to show up in our lives and we set our expectations on his shoulders, what would change for us? So this person had some kind of expectation of an outcome, and he delivered it could have been watching somebody, or he was supposed to deliver somebody, but they were protected from the lion's den. And the person had courage to save themselves. They saw a miracle. They saw this person perform a miracle after miracle. And then they started to believe that God was showing up in their life, even though they didn't have that expectation on their shoulders. And they wondered, what would change for me? If God is really the universe and it's going to meet us halfway in quiet time, we should probably prioritize it. So they were supposed to do something. They were supposed to do something that was maybe not good, but to somebody who was of God. And they kept seeing miracle after miracle and started to believe through what was happening, that God was actually showing up. And their expectations of what God was, they wondered if it would change for them. What? So they started to think about their priorities. They probably prioritized their life better. They started to wonder if God was actually real. That's great. There are many times that they interchanged expectations with a wish and lost hope because it was shifty as the waves. So the other expectations they had where they were making something happen, making wishes happen. Okay. Many times we interchange expect with wish. And our hope is loose, as shifty as the ocean, but when we expect something, we operate in confidence and certainty. So they wanted some kind of wish fulfillment, but it was loose. It wasn't planned well. It was shifty. It wasn't of God. But when they started to expect something, they started operating in confidence and certainty, and they expected God to show up, and they started to plan for it and live in a way as if it had already happened. They started to question, how do we know what to expect? He started educating themselves to inform their heart of the promises he made. I say he, but it doesn't have to be he. They started asking for faith to believe them, and they stepped forward in anticipation. Their expectations made God's voice the loudest. This person may have witnessed a miracle because they were doing something against someone who's godly. This expectation since it kept happening over and over again, they started to expect it, and they started to change their perception. And it got the loudest when they started changing themselves, their foundation, and their character form. And so they started to embrace the present, past, and future. What? This person's witness to miracles. God's making miracles happen for this person. Let's see. All right, I opened my dream book randomly. I put, when Mercury is in retrograde. Oh, here's smell again. Why do our noses run and our feet smell? Smell. The scent in dreams is often influenced by the aroma in the room with you while you sleep. Having a fragrance you like on a tissue beside the bed may help your dreams to be pleasant. If, however, the smell is unpleasant and there's no physical reason for it, consider what it means to you in the waking life. Do you associate the smell of the sewer with less savory elements of yourself or those around you? We use the phrases mind like a sewer and get your mind out of the gutter to joke about these perfectly normal aspects of life, but many people prefer to keep them hidden. So something unpleasant gave them no physical reason to consider what it means to associate the smell of sewer with less than savory. This person smells. This person may have started associating what? Mind like a sewer. Get your mind out of the gutter. Why do our noses run and our feet smell? What were you smelling? The sweet natural fragrance of flowers, a manufactured perfume, food or drink such as coffee, bread, chocolate, or fish? Spirit, please clear my mind and clear all blockages from preventing me from reading this message. Thank you so much. This one's tough, you guys. The rich, earthy smell of wood. Something outside? They were on a mountain. Bleach. The stink of a blocked drain. So this person... I don't know, you guys. This is hard. something happened. Something happened where they were spying on somebody. They were spying on somebody for a reason. I don't know why yet, but something about I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if it's true, but I'm just gonna say it. Spirit, you tell me if I'm off. But they were spying on someone who was of God, and they could have witnessed miracles or something like supernatural happening whenever they would spy on them. And they noticed that, like, I don't know if this ever happens to you, but it happens to me all the time. When certain spirits are around me, like when my grandma's around me, I smell flowers. Or if there's like bad energy around me, I smell eggs, So those are supernatural things and it's not that you smell with your nose, but you smell it in your mind. Yeah. Thank you. I was so unsure. Man, I just gotta press sure. I just have to be confident. Okay. So this person is starting to notice small, subtle things like that. And even in their body temperature, they start feeling but only when they're spying on this person and this person of God. And they're spying on this person of God for a reason, but I don't know it yet. And they could potentially start having feelings for this person because every time they come around them, like good supernatural things happen. So, and even their body temperature might change. No, not one of the recognized five senses temperature, but nevertheless something we feel intimately. This person started to feel intimate or wanted to be intimate with the person they were spying on. As long as there's no physical reason, such as cold wind through the window or heating set too high, feeling hot may simply be an element of an erotic dream. It suggests that you feel restrained in your waking life, smoldering unseen, and are finding release in your dreams. Similarly, feeling cold may express a fear that others see as cold. This person started they noticed that around certain people, they were noticing subtle energy basically around a certain person that they were spying on, and it was happening so often that they started to get attracted to the person because that's energy. This person's energy was actually creating some kind of supernatural things that are normal to psychics and like people of God, like we're aware of that, but this person doesn't operate in that energy. So they started to associate the smells with elements of this person, and they started to get their mind in the gutter about them, and they started falling for them basically. And then they even felt pressure like in their head, in their body. They would notice certain sensations in their body that were only attributed to when they were spying on this person. And the title says night vision. Oh my god, that was hard, you guys. There's something about this energy that's giving me like pushback. Spirit, where should I go? How can we get more clues? I also have when Mercury is in retrograde. So this might have been in the past because I believe we're going to come out of the retrogrades. 5 o'clock. When you're still hungover from last night and someone offers you a shot of tequila. So this person may have noticed as well that when they're hungover, they feel better around this person, or when they don't feel good, and they don't want to drink around this person or do any substances. They're noticing subtle energy of someone who's godly, okay, or who believes in God. Okay. Let me do apples, actually. Let me do apples to apples. Thank you so much, Spirit, for giving us the message. Holy Father, Divine Father, I love you. Sidetracks. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me always. I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful. Please help me get the messages out. All right, let's see what we got. Russia, a spy. This person's a spy, and they drink. Just don't mix them. They mix spying with drinking. That's probably why they're like, well, I'm questioning if this is really happening or not. But they definitely, the Williams sisters, Venus and Serena Williams, American tennis champ, one heck of a sister act. Oh, so this might be two feminines? They don't have to be sisters, but it could be like a duo, like they were taking turns. Oh, they were taking turns. I gotcha. They were taking turns back and forth, spying on you, witnessing these miracles. Disagree? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey guys, I'm doing great today. How about you? I'm doing good over here. Prayed up, stayed up. You know. So, I thought they might have been going back and forth because the Williams sisters play tennis, but Spirit says no. So it says one heck of a sister act. So it must be two people that are witnessing, this says ghosts, non-material embodiments of the essence of organisms, mostly human beings, quite spirited. So they're around someone who's quite spirited, someone where there's supernatural things going on, and they're witnessing supernatural phenomenon when they spy on this person. Mail. They could have potentially stolen your mail. Rush Limbaugh, conservative talk radio personality, claims to host his radio show with half his brain tied behind his back just to make it fair. What I'm getting is, I think Spirit is actually trying. These people have a negative. They're up to no good, and so, but they're coming up against someone who's God-fearing, who believes in God. I think Spirit is not finding them very smart because Spirit is showing them supernatural things, but they show up drunk or high, and they're like, why do our noses run and our feet smell? But really, it's supernatural phenomenon. It's subtle energy, but they're not equating it. They think that they think that it's ghosts, but it's really Spirit. I think Spirit's trying to tell them to stop doing what they're doing, but I don't know what they're doing yet. But they're doing it to someone. They could possibly be spying on them with night vision goggles outside. Get us. Spirit said to get them. They have no energy. They have no life force. They're projecting their low energy onto me. Fancy. The person they're following, they perceive as fancy, as decorated, showy. Right under hungover and drinking tequila, they're not grasping something that Spirit's trying to show them. Attack on Pearl Harbor, because they're trying to find a way to attack. Died in bed. The dream book mentioned putting something that smells good beside your bed to sleep better. Attack on Pearl Harbor. Hospital. Yesterday, December. Somebody, a date which will live in infamy. In blood. Oh, damn. I got attack on Pearl Harbor in blood. Count. When Mercury's in retrograde. I think that they were watching someone who's godly to try to attack them for something. I'm not sure why yet, but they come spying drunk and high, and they were trying to spill blood. They were trying to hurt somebody. But Spirit was quite spirited, trying to show them subtle energy and kind of like haunting them, but in a spiritual way, through smell, through pressure of the head, through what was the other one? Temperature. But they didn't get it. They were not understanding, because Spirit was trying to tell them to not attack this pearl. They're trying to figure out, they're spying on a pearl to figure out a way to attack them, because they're one heck of an act. Huh. So why do they want to attack the collective? Why do they want to attack the pearl? Emotional, foreign emotions.
4 o'clock.
Foreign, alien, unfamiliar, exotic. Emotional, passionate, moving, volatile. And I have Russia. I have foreign and Russia. And emotional under Rush Limbaugh. And Rush sounds like Russia. Something about them being from Russia or being European. They may have.
We hate it.
We hate it. Okay. They're like racist. They're racist towards you, collective. They're European and they don't like you because you're not European. They're very volatile about it. They're like offended that you're godly but you're not European or something. Very weird. They're quite emotional about it. They're like they make it known. Martin Luther King. I'm telling you, they're racist. They don't like that you're godly but you're not their race or something. That's flipping dumb as fuck. It is. So they spy on you looking for a time to attack you. They think that it's because you're Latina or something. Mexico, Federal Republic of North America, the capital and largest city in Mexico City. You don't have to be Latina, but you're two different ethnicities. So and I have Rush and Rush Limbaugh, so they must be European, and you're something else. And they think that you're like truck stop trash. They think that you don't fit like a bloodline. It's under blood. Reassure. This one is a really hard one to read. I'm excited for a challenge. Yeah, well, you could be anything if you're Russian or European or whatever these people are. It doesn't matter. If you don't speak their language, then they're racist. And I have the Williams sisters and I have Martin Luther King, who was assassinated for his efforts for nonviolent resistance. So these people So Spirit is trying to show them that it doesn't matter, and they've been quite spirited ghosts trying to get their attention because they're spying on you to find a time to attack you, like Pearl Harbor, to attack a pearl because you're fancy, you're decorated. They're like, and they drink vodka. They drink vodka straight up, no chaser. And they're out for blood because they don't think that you should be getting you must talk to God or something. They hate that you're spirited, that God favors you. Oh, Mother, teach other on this. I can't even believe that this is still happening nowadays. What else? Yeah, times a billion, trillion, gazillion, because this is silly as hell. What else?
I don't know.
Spirit said, I don't know. I don't know either, Spirit said. It makes no sense. The Spirit's been trying to show him signs like smell, touch, what was it, temperature and pressure, but they don't understand subtle energy, so they don't, and they drink. They're constantly drinking. They're going to spy on you with night vision. Water beds could serve as a safety precaution for those who smoke in bed. They drink, they smoke, they smell, but they're mad at you. They're always in retrograde, but they're mad at you. Seriously, I don't know. Things still surprise me. I'm shocked. Stuttgart. Okay, hold on. I don't know what Stuttgart is. Hold, please. Spirit's giving us a new word. Stuttgart. Stuttgart. It's in Germany. Look, Marge, it's in Germany. Spirit's talking to you. Spirit says they love you. These people could be from Germany. What's Stuttgart best known for? Cradle of the automobile. Like Mercedes-Benz, Porsche. These people could potentially be very
Positive.
okay. These people are like, you drive a Honda. Oh my God. Well, then you're trash. Then you're a truck stop trash, and you drive a Honda. I only drive Mercedes. Oh my God, that's so funny. I love you, Marge. Well, these people, Spirit was trying to give them a safety precaution because they smoke in bed, and they also drink before they go to bed. They drink when they wake up, and they drink when they're spying on you, and they hate you because boy, they hate you because they're immature, and they're racist against you because they don't think that you should be able to talk to God unless you're European, I guess. They're having a midlife crisis. I love you too. They're having a midlife crisis. Here comes your 19th nervous breakdown. This person is a mess, and they've just targeted you to project onto you because they're jealous that they're going through a hard time, and you're spirited and you're fancy and you're passionate and you could potentially just be closer to God than them. Roman numerals. There's a 1 in 5 chance you'll know them. 1 in 10 chance you'll know them. It's somebody you know, collective. Somebody you know who's racist against you. In a coma. They're in a deep, prolonged state of unconsciousness. Spirit come through. Sometimes you just feel that way. They're just on a lower level of consciousness. They think that they're right, but they're really just going through a midlife crisis. They need a vacation before you call a lawyer and before they get investigated by the FBI. Compete, Spirit says. They're competing against you. They hate that you're closer to God than them, so they have to, I guess they have to kill you because can't have that. How dare you be closer to God than me? Die. Like, what? That's the next step. Okay, how about you just ask them how they got there? How about you just take your misplaced inspiration and put it in the right place and ask them how the hell they did it? I mean, geez Louise, it's because they're emotional, volatile. They want to know they're drinking, and they could possibly be overweight. Domesticated mammal of the swine family. That's all, folks. Because they're living in a dream world. They have done nothing with their lives, and they see you as a ray of sunshine, quite spirited, and they're trying to end your life because of it. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Who would put a kid on a treetop? And they probably shouldn't have children because they'd put them on a treetop and say bye. But vacation, all I ever wanted.
Sex.
Vacation, gotta take it away. They thought they could get away with something. But they started to fall in love with you. Because when they're around you, they started to have high vibrational supernatural experiences when they're spying on you. Highly rated, highly offensive South Park, an animated series. Oh my god, we killed Kenny. They came up with many plans to unalive you, but at the same time they were in love with you. So I don't know. I don't think subconsciously they really wanted to kill you. I think it was more like they wanted you to stop being awesome because they were so far away from being as awesome as you, and they were just like jealous, I guess. I guess. Whips. Crack that whip whip it good. They were whipped on you. They don't even talk to you. But they could possibly be being investigated by the FBI. They have FBI here. The Federal Bureau of Investigations, or that's what they are doing to you. The primary investigative agency for the U.S. Department of Justice. They're listening. Or maybe you got to get a lawyer and tell the FBI this person's
Group of us.
a group of them. There's a group of European men who are spying on you, and they think that you're trash because you're not European, but they're pigs and alcoholics and drug addicts.
Religious.
Oh, they're religious. Oh my gosh. Hand grenades. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Yeah, these people are spying on you. They're like in your bushes with night vision goggles, trying to see what you do to get close to God instead of just asking you. Why don't they just ask you? Spirit, why don't they just ask collective? Why do they gotta be all creepy and weird?
1940s.
Because they're running a marathon. 1940s, they're elderly. Because they're old and elderly. He's old as fuck. That's what you just said. He said 1940s. These men are old and stuck in their ways, and they're having midlife crises, and they think that they have an old paradigm. They have an old religious structure that they're following, and they're so old they're about to go in a coma. They're older than Roman numerals over here. They're older than ghosts. They might as well be ghosts. They're walking ghosts. They're alcoholics. They could be lawyers. They could work in the FBI. Maybe that's that connection there. They have children. They have they drive nice cars, but they're like a hand grenade. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. They don't want to get close to you because they're afraid of what you might do to them. They think that you're like some kind of alien or something. Well, some of them were out in your bushes with some night vision goggles, okay? Because they thought you had like they thought you were an alien. Can you tell me more about this alien business?
Most likely.
Most likely. They thought you were a freaking alien. I mean, aren't we all aliens, really? Homer Simpson, fictional cartoon character created by. This is the second reference to cartoons, and I have quite spirited ghosts. These people think you're some kind of like imaginary character or something. They view you in such an odd way. It's like if they talk to you, then you won't be as magical or something. But they hate how magical you are because they want to be that way. So, and they also are attracted to you. It's the weirdest vibe. They're all old people. Marge and Homer. I reported mine to the FBI twice too. They weren't listening to me. Power tools. More power, more power. Arg, arg. Negative. Spirit's saying negative. They wanted power over you. They wanted the power you have, or the power they perceive that you have, when really anybody can have Christ consciousness as if you heal your wounds. But these people are so old that they can't even imagine looking at wounds from childhood, because it's been such a long time span since they even thought about being children, having a baby. Their children are grown up and have left the nest, and they can't even fathom thinking about childhood trauma, but that's the way you do it. That's how you do it. My first kiss, yeah. Their first kiss was like 80 years ago, these people. They're like, what? They've already got their lawyer's degrees and or whatever you call it, and they've been working at the FBI for 45 years. They're like old as fuck, and so their mind is stuck in an old time frame where they're seeing something foreign to them, unfamiliar, exotic. You're showing them what ascension looks like, and they didn't get to see it in their lifetime. Marge, I wish we could hang out. I really need a friend. I wish we could hang. Maybe we can FaceTime. Oh, all right. Let's see. So they want to attack you so they can know where your power comes from or something. They're trying to figure out how you're so powerful. Spirit, what can you tell me about why they want the power? Some kind of religious group. Spirit said I was religious. So these are a group of religious old guys. I hope they are, because, man, I'm getting tired. I'm getting weary. All right, tell me more. Why do they want collective's power? Why do they want to attack collective? Neptune, dreams. Aww.
Right hand.
Magic. Because they are...
Follow you.
Okay. Because the power that they attained in their little boy group that they put together of old men, they attained their power through magic. And they came across you, and you did not attain your power through magic. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. And so their minds are blown that it's actually possible to attain a level of power that you have of Christ consciousness without doing magic. Their minds are blown. They don't understand it. They don't, and that you're a woman and that you're not even European. Or you don't have to be a woman, but
So,
Oh, so you are a woman. So they're racist, they're chauvinists, they're sexist. Like, these men are living in, they're cavemen. Then these are our lawyers and our doctors over here. They're cavemen. They have a old, and the fact that they're doing magic doesn't help, because doing magic does not help you ascend. It helps you descend. It takes away your ascension because it's not real. It takes from you. You need vital force in order to amplify your field. These people, they're not able to access their subconscious memories or use their imagination because they, or do meditation, or really go within, because they don't have any vital force. They have a veil put over them. They're like, they have made themselves stuck in a time frame or a mind frame because of the magic. They would have to, it's not too late. I don't want to say it's too late, but they've taken the route of escapism and enchantment, where they've created veils of confusion through magic, and they thought that they were powerful because of that. They could have possibly even done sacrifices. But every time you do a magic spell, you are self-sacrificing, because the energy has to come from somewhere. And then once you lose all your vital force, which basically, once you sell your soul, or you give your pieces of your soul away every time you do a magic ritual, you're actually using your own force to amplify that. That's why you need a group of people to do it. And then that's why once you run out of force, you need a sacrifice. You need someone else's energy to do it. So it's hard to change when you refuse to retrieve all your soul pieces. You have to retrieve every little soul piece. Every little ritual you've done, consider it a piece of your soul. You would have to systematically take back or call back every little piece of your soul, but you do it you have to heal it. So you have to, I'm looking at the word manifest. You have to ask for help. You have to do the journaling. You have to do the meditation. You have to go to therapy. You have to admit that you fucked up. That's what this is all about. These people can't believe that they fucked up, and they're in regret because they're old now and they've lost their soul, and they see that just being around you makes them feel good, makes them feel like they have a soul again. Come through, spirit. Come through. Come through. Come through. Oh, they were just misinformed, sunbeam, masculine. Yeah, they weren't aware of how energy, they weren't aware of how energy works. They didn't honor their femininity. They were completely in their ego, in their masculine energy, boy again. They are childish. They're immature spiritually, mentally, emotionally. They never honored the distinction between feminine and masculine energies. They just went full throttle with self-sufficiency in the masculine. And they never questioned until they saw you, a feminine energy who's not white or whatever, European, which just blows my mind. Like, why God created, there's no such thing as racism. We're not Russian or black or white. We're human. We're human beings. If you went into the universe, if aliens came down here right now and said, they wouldn't say, take me to your Russian leader. They'd say, hey, humans, what up? They wouldn't even ask for a leader, because their consciousness is beyond needing a leader. You become your own leader, and then you work as a team. No, there's no competition. So,
False.
oh, false. Mm. I see what you're saying. So,
Spirit box.
yeah, okay. So God is your leader. The only leader that you need is God. That's your creator. That's the only leader that you need. You don't it's not like everyone was created equally in the eyes of God. You don't look at a dog, you don't look at every dog breed and not call it a dog, like it's the same thing. So why would God care who God wants everyone to get close to him. Nobody's denied healing from God. It's all everybody gets it, but only if you want it, only if you want to do the work for it, only if you want to actually admit that there's things you need to heal, that you got to clear your field.
Ugly.
Yeah, these people's souls have turned ugly. Spirit said it, not me. Wisdom. They lacked the wisdom of both sides of the coin. Saturn. They were so in their masculine. They did not honor the feminine. That's how they got here. They didn't have discipline. They had ambition, but it wasn't a balanced ambition. It was for power, greed, for money, for notoriety. They're jealous that you have more power than them. But at the same time, if they were to get power at the consciousness that they are, they would use it for destructive purposes. So instead of attacking this divine being, they should be asking them how they got there, because clearly how they got their bag, because this being is not doing anything to anybody, and they did it themselves. They did it without magic. They did it through discipline, through God, through asking for help from their spirit guides, I'm sure. Because anyone who gets to Christ consciousness is not
Divination.
doing it on their own. Divination. Spirit says they use divination. That's probably is that how they that's how they found. That's how they took the river to this being. They used divination. They tracked them down illegally. And you're not supposed to use divination against people's will. Yeah, it's Mars action. They took action towards a feminine who was a divine being, and they were trying to access their power to have it for themselves, because they practice magic. And so they probably use like astrology, and they're probably all like track the stars, and then I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I would never do that. But they don't have any willpower. They're impatient. They have a bloodthirst for power. They're impulsive. They're always in competition. They're lust powered. They're powered by lust, and they're just vessels at this point. They're just vessels. They're probably the energy attachments in them were like, yeah, go get the divine being. Yeah, it's a good idea. Because a divine being is a endless spark of energy. It's like a battery. It's like a endless uh, energy drive of love and abundance. And can you tell me more about Spirit, what you were showing them? 10th house, reputation in reverse. Yeah, the patriarchy. The patriarchy's falling. The patriarchy's falling.
Bodies.
Let the bodies at the floor. Let the bodies at the floor.
These people are going down for what they've done. They've done some horrible things. They've been spying on you. They've been sending you they've been spiritual spying, sending you things, trying to get in your dreams and all kinds of weird stuff. They've been trying to knock you off your throne because you reached a level of consciousness that they couldn't reach. And they're jelly.
False.
False. Oh, they're not jealous. They just want you dead. Don't make me envious. You know I'm cool when I see red, and I'm all in my head. You're gonna make me dangerous. Well, the book said that they were starting to change their minds. And this is the mirror. They could possibly now, in after what happened, they've been, oh, I see, false because they're the ones who got dethroned. They could potentially be coming to a point where they realize that God exists and they want to be closer to God. If there's another way for them to heal and they see that around you, it feels good to be around you, they're starting to confront themselves. They're starting to become conscious. You're starting to wake people up, collective. You're starting to make people look in the mirror. They're having conflicts with themselves. They're confronting themselves. They're actually thinking about what they've been doing their whole lives. They're actually looking in the hateful. They've been hateful their whole lives because they operated in a place of toxicity and they didn't know any better because they never encountered somebody who didn't operate that way. They were always ran by assets, the second house, material world, possessions, finance. That's what gave you your worthiness, how secure you were, your credit score. And here you are just, sipping on tea, doing your damn thing, not doing nothing, just being happy, finding joy. And they could feel it when they were spying on you. Supernatural things would happen. They could feel a difference in the energy field. They actually started to notice a difference when they were in your field and not in your field. And that started to make them realize that they need to look in the mirror. And this is opportunity in reverse. So they could potentially want to come to you with an opportunity or communicate something to you, but it's in reverse. Spirit, why is this in reverse? Probably because they were trying to kill you, but I just want to make sure. 40. Fool, new beginnings, innocence, spontaneity. They think that by bringing you an opportunity that you'll be able to free their spirit or bring their spirit back. But I'm afraid that that's just not how it works. That's an inside job. Yeah, that's an inside job. They think that you can help them with their fears, doubts, negative thoughts, all the things that come with toxicity. They feel the difference and they think that coming to you with an opportunity is going to fix that, but it's not. Spirit says it's a no. It's entrapment. It's a trap. They're gonna come to you with some kind of opportunity, and they're gonna make it sound like a new opportunity, like, oh, come be part of our secret society. No, we haven't been spying on you and sending you things. No, not at all. We weren't trying to overpower you. What are you talking about? And they hope that you don't notice them, but you're enlightened. You have Christ consciousness. You have the power of discernment. You're gonna know their energy a mile away. That's probably why they're not approaching you, because they know damn well that you're gonna say no, because they don't feel good. Even reading them, they don't feel good. So I would be careful of anyone who comes to you with an opportunity or a job that they say is going to be expecting results, that is going to bring you progress. It's not. It's just, they're going to use you. They're going to use you and use and abuse you. They're going to make it look like you're going to get a job, but it's not. They're just doing it, I mean, you do what you want. Read the fine print, though, and make sure you use your discernment. Yeah, lack of long-term vision, waste, disorganization, chaos, work with no results. Yeah, they're going to work you into the ground, and you're going to have very little results. You're going to be they just want to use you, honey, because they have to help themselves, just like you did. There's no one who's going to save them from the mistakes they've made for 80 years, and then all of a sudden they're going to be saved because of you. No, they have to do it just like everybody else. You got to clear your field and you got to heal your wounds and work on looking back to your childhood and reintroduce yourself, reparent yourself. Yeah, because they try to destroy you. They try to discredit you. They try to ruin your confidence, all while spying on you and being racist towards you. Good. Yeah, discernment. Question everything. Yeah. This is going to be a test for you, collective. That's going to, if you're going to use your gift of discernment that God's giving you, it's going to be a test of your strength. And to have compassion for them, though, don't be rude to them.
I was there.
You don't have to be mean to them. You can still show them compassion, because after all, this is the human experience. We're all here learning. We're all on different levels. We're not here to judge anyone, even though they judged you, but they were coming from a lower place of consciousness, and that's just where they're at in their journey. And you're on a different journey, but you have to remember that we reincarnate here. So there was probably many lifetimes where you were in this energy. Disembarkment, where you embarked. It was on your disembarkment journey where you had to come back again and again and relearn the lesson, repeat the cycle until you got to a place of your consciousness where you finally broke the cycle. And that's just different levels, different devils, different levels. I don't know. But they have to understand that this is just the human experience. This is a spiritual experience as well. And they didn't break the cycle this time, but it doesn't mean that they can't, and it doesn't mean that they won't. But you can't do it for them. And no matter what they offer you, it's not going to be a good offer. Okay? Yeah, it'll be death in reverse, stagnation. It'll make you resistant to change. Because yeah, they need to heal first, because remember, Five of Cups, grief, loss, despair, regret, pessimism, disappointment. Even if you were to take a job from them, they're not in an energetic field to match yours. And it's not going to happen overnight. And so just being around them would automatically block your blessings and your manifestations, because you're in completely different levels of energy. And you being with them, it will slowly make it come like this, like this, like this. Okay? So that's why we teach you about your energy, because just because someone offers you a tempting deal doesn't mean that you're energetically yoked or equal or equivalent. And that's why you need to attract what level you're at, and not take what levels are being given to you or being tempted to you. Just because it's an opportunity doesn't mean that the person or people offering it are at the same level of vibration as you, and you will eventually succumb to their vibration. Oh, I'm so glad that worked out in the end. This was a tough one. These old fools are stubborn as hell. Their energy is like a crooked man, like this. All right, I'm gonna take off for this one. I love you guys. I hope it helps, and I'll see you on the next one.
1919.